Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of Johnson County Sports Live as the Cavaliers set to take on the Metropolitan Community College Wolves. Cavaliers come in 12-0 on the season. The Wolves 5-9, looking to get a big statement victory over a Cav squad that has been rolling all season long. Special shout out to today's broadcast sponsor, Martin City Animal Hospital, the area's choice for full service vet care. Just east of State Line Road in Martin City. Martin City Animal Hospital is where your cat or dog is treated like family. Call them at 816-941-0070. Learn more at mcahvet.net as we head down to the court for today's starting lineups.
The Wolves are coached by Marcus Harvey and assistants Lewis Smith, Clay Johnson, and Roy Mickey. And now for your Cavaliers starting lineup. 6'3", sophomore guard number 1, Joey Robinson. 5'11", sophomore guard number 2, Kevin Harvey. 6'2", freshman guard number 3, Trey Fulcher. 6'4", sophomore guard number 5, Aiden Wee. And 6'5", sophomore forward number 21, David.
So that's your starting lineups for tonight's Johnson County Cavaliers squad. And we're just about ready for the opening tip-off. I'm Aaron Feely along with Dylan Vanderveen and Caden Carbajo here on tonight's call of Johnson County Sports Live. Should be a good one here on a crisp December afternoon. We've got Revenge of the Spring coming this week, but one final outlandish cry from winter season over the weekend, as we should be in single digits today and tomorrow. And then suddenly it's going to be in the 50s through Monday through Friday. I'm not sure what that's all about, but hey, what the heck, I'll take it.
Yeah, as soon as I leave Kansas again and then head back to Colorado, that's exactly when it turns to really good weather. It's exactly when I leave. It's been cold all week. I leave next week and boom, right back in the 50s.
I think it was done intentionally against you there, Dylan.
100%. I feel like it is done intentionally sometimes. It's just like what I feel like.
As the Wolves end up with the opening possession here, they're going to look to try to start fast against an undefeated Cavs squad that has been dominant, to say the least, here thus far this season. Obviously, we've talked about it a number of times on the women's broadcasts and the defending national championship they've got, the just unreal numbers that they've been able to put up. The men's team's been solid, but not quite to that same level as far as previous seasons. And then this year, the men have come out absolutely on fire and looking to keep that going. A potential maybe double dip of national championships starting to create themselves into the minds of the Johnson County Cavalier faithful.
Yeah, the only one that they really even had any trouble with was Chandler Gilbert Community College, really good community college over there in Arizona. But I mean, another highly ranked team in JCAA, but they handled them in overtime and still undefeated.
That would have been a heck of a shot from the Wolves. Great play made by King, but just unable to get the finish, and we remain scoreless here. Opening half. As Cavaliers send it near side corner, shot for three, got it! Big time shot from Gavin Harvey.
And you see those returning players really make an effect early in this game. Harvey, obviously a returning player from last year, drained that three. Rebound on the other side by Tavian Cruz, who has been a major part of this team right now that has been dominant so far this season. But he was a big piece as well as a freshman.
And right there, able to get his hand in, make a defensive play to smack that thing out of bounds. That's going to force Metropolitan to reset offensively. As seems to be a brief pause here. Not sure what specifically about. There doesn't appear to be a substitution or a foul of any kind. So the official will ask the scorekeeper's table where everyone's going for dinner, and then we're set for the inbound. As Watson trying to work his way through this Cav defense. Couple of Wolves in the area. Nice defensive play there. Almost got the takeaway. Instead, it's going to force him down to the final seconds of the shot clock. That's not even close, and Harvey comes away with the loose ball.
Yeah, you could thank Aiden Wing as well, that sophomore for this Johnson County team who had the tremendous defense that you highlighted there, Aaron, to force that empty possession.
And a Cruz missile from downtown. Tavian Cruz has doubled the lead, and a pair of threes early for Johnson County. And Devontae Watson now bringing it back the other way. Yes, Devontae Watson. I almost corrected myself incorrectly. Not sure what I was looking at, but a nice shot back the other way. And so points on the board for the Wolves. That is Tyus. To Wing. Looking for a path to the net. And couldn't quite get the bucket, but does draw the foul. So Aiden Wing will go to the line and shoot two.
The head coach Marcus Harvey on the other side was trying to call for some type of travel call, but not getting it. But he'll more than likely be vocal all game long for Metropolitan.
And Wing able to hit the first of his two free throw tries. Another big start offensively for Johnson County. They love to jump out early onto teams and then just play the suffocation game from there. And this is kind of right in their wheelhouse, what they've been doing all season, 8-2 right off the bat. And suddenly it gets their opponents into this position of feeling like they're in catch-up mode right from the off. Oh, brilliant move, just couldn't quite get the finish.
They get pressure from Joey Robinson from behind as well.
And so now Johnson County brings it back the other way. Good defensive play made, but Wing, good heads up. And then Harvey drops it off to Cruz. Cruz, double covered, gets the, oh, what a pass. Gets it to Wing. Wing couldn't quite hit the shot, but a foul called, and it goes against Johnson County.
It's going to be against Cruz as well. Didn't see a ton of contact there, but they were fighting for that board, and that's what that foul call is going to be on. But it really was a heck of a pass from Cruz to even get that in. I believe it was ricocheted off a couple of people's hands on its way out to Wing as well. Just couldn't hit that open three, ends up an empty possession.
And now the Wolves will try to set up offensively. They'll shoot a deep three and hit it. Devontae Watson now with all 5 Metropolitan points.
Really good job working off that pick and getting that quick three off. Really good offense with good ball movement.
Tavian Cruz, 2 for 2 from deep. Normally, Cruz is the one they like to set up down low right near the post. They like to use his size advantage to go up, get the boards, the second chance opportunities. But here tonight, he's turned himself into a three-point shooter. He's normally a pretty decent three-point shooter. But
35%. Going off your point there, Aaron, but he only shoots less than 2 threes a game. Already 2 for 2 here tonight.
Expanding his resume.
Exactly. Hey, no one's going to complain about a big 4 or 5 that can go down low and then come out and shoot threes as well. No one's ever going to complain about that.
And Tavian Cruz, heck of a start already. Oh, right to the rim. Couldn't quite get the basket to go. That one's out of play. Last off the Wolves. It'll be Johnson County ball. As you mentioned, Tavian Cruz, a guy that normally shoots well from three but doesn't shoot very many. And a hot start for him right off the bat. We'll step aside for a media timeout. 11-5, Johnson County in front here on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the media timeout. Johnson County, a fast start here against Metropolitan. 11-5 here in the first 4 minutes and some change. As Joey Robinson sends this one into Harvey. And we're ready for some more ball. Working his way up court here, defended by Smith. Gets it down low. Oh, and a nice move, patient move there from number 3, Trey Fulcher, and he draws the foul as well.
Yeah, noticeably coming out of that timeout, there was no Cruz on the court. He's down there taking a breather on the bench, but working in the paint without him regardless, getting a good and one right out of that timeout.
And Fulcher hits the free throw as well, so a three-point play for Trey Fulcher. As the Wolves find themselves in a 9-point hole, Johnson County. Another spectacular defensive play made by Harvey this time, and then Joey Robinson finishes it off. It's a double-digit Cavaliers lead.
What a play by Gavin Harvey. Not only did he steal that, but he goes behind the back and then feeds it up with his eyes up court and then finds Robinson down low. Gets the basket right before the pressure gets put on. Outstanding play from the sophomore.
Watson for three, a whistle before the play. And it was an offensive foul. Doesn't look like it was going to make much of a difference. Cavaliers pretty much in position to have gotten that rebound anyway, but.
Yeah, it looks like it was Pierre Smith, the freshman out of Kansas City, Missouri, that was drawn with that foul right now, guarding the other two and Harvey.
What a pass out to Wing. Wing, no foul call, blocked twice in a row. And how about the effort there, Metropolitan defensively. Two players in the area, but both of them giving up size to Joey Robinson and somehow able to block him twice. The shot, though, offline, so they won't be able to capitalize on it. Harvey, nice move. He'll take the shot this time. That one's offline, and Metropolitan comes down with the rebound. They go fast up court. Now they'll slow the pace a bit. Now, charging the lane, and won't go. So suddenly a bit of a dry spell for both these squads on the offensive side. That shot blocked, and we'll see how much longer we're going to have to wait for one of these two teams to break the factory seal on those rims.
Yeah, Harvey went directly by his defender, but good recovery as well by Raheem Tyus, helping out the 6'5" sophomore. Started his career over at Parkland University and then transferred over to Metropolitan, but good help on the defensive side. At least will be an inbound, though, for Johnson County.
Get it in quickly. Nice play, and two more on the board. That was big number 13, Bryce Walker. Wolves looking to get any sort of opening here. As Johnson County, this is another thing that they do spectacularly. Of course, everyone wants to talk about the shooting prowess. They've been solid at that all year, but they are just so suffocating on the back end. It's hard to find a real hole with this Cavaliers squad, as we're just sitting here kind of chatting away, and Aiden Wing just went right down the teeth of that Metropolitan defense and put another bucket on the board.
Yeah, I mean, you can also talk about the depth as well. Just did that all without one of their best players, Cruz, on the court. So shows their depth pieces as well, including Bryce Walker, who scored that big two.
We'll step aside for the timeout. 20-5, Johnson County rolling here in the first half. Back in out of the timeout. 15-point lead for the Cavaliers. As Metropolitan gonna have to get a run of some kind started here. And they'll try to get it going down low. Swarming defense from the Cavaliers. Tough shot, but able to get it to go through Pierre Smith.
Yeah, Pierre Smith was outsized there by about 6 inches per man and got it to go off the backboard. Used that backboard to get in that two.
Bryce Walker with it out to Robinson. Robinson shoots a three off the front of the rim, no good. And that's kind of what we were talking about. Metropolitan desperately needed it. They will need a bit of a run of points here. Can't afford to just go basket for basket with Johnson County at this point after giving up a 15-point hole right off the bat. So they'll send this one outside. That shot will not go. Rebound collected by Smith, and he puts another bucket on the board.
Yeah, Coach Apple's not going to be happy about that offensive board given up when you got white jerseys all around, but it was good recovery by Gavin Harvey. Kind of got mixed up right next to the basket on the first shot, and he put really good pressure to force a missed shot before that offensive rebound.
And you kind of mentioned it the last time, but Pierre Smith listed as the shortest player on the court for either of these sides, able to come down with that rebound. And now, Walker went down hard after he was fouled going up for the shot.
Yeah,
He looks like he's going to be okay, though, and head to the line.
Micah Taylor was the one that kind of took that bait, was the pump fake that made him jump up and ends up landing on Walker, drawing that easy foul. And he'll get 2 free throws as a result.
Walker's first, right through. So Trey Fulcher back in, and Harvey will have a seat on the bench real quick for the Cavaliers as we await the second free throw here for Bryce Walker. And he hits both of them. Here's Pierre Smith. He's kind of taken on the offensive leadership role these last couple of possessions for the Wolves. Working in on Fulcher, gets a screen. Well defended by the Cavaliers. Shot clock expires. So spectacular defense there for Johnson County. As we'll step aside for a media timeout, 11:39 to go in the first half. Everything coming up Cavaliers as they look to stay undefeated on the young season. Here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Working out of the media timeout, 13-point Johnson County lead, and they've got the ball. As they work it up court, Joey Robinson with it now. Goes to Cruz, who's back out on the court, and he'll draw a foul. So quickly, Tavion Cruz in and doing what Tavion Cruz usually does, which is get down low and fight through 3 defenders to get a scoring opportunity. First one up and through.
Johnson County has really shown their versatility this year in total points. I mean, you've got right now 4 guys that are averaging 12 or more points on your team, including Tavion Cruz being one of those guys, Joey Robinson being another. But, I mean, you got a couple of freshmen as well that have come into this team and really produced for Johnson County, and that's what you really want to see, because obviously about the community college level, you can only stay for 2 years, maybe 3 with the red shirt. So you really want to build those freshmen up to have a good sophomore year. That's exactly what he did with Gavin Harvey, Joey Robinson, and Tavion Cruz, and looking to do it at the next level as well.
As Metropolitan had a nice little fight back going for a moment, but very quickly saw a 15-point lead build right back up for Johnson County. But Watson will earn himself a trip to the line and an opportunity to get 2 of those back. First one right through.
Watson makes the first. Triple change for Johnson County. Number 2, Harvey. Number 5, Wing. And number 10, Mason.
So mass substitution here for Johnson County. We get 3 fresh faces in. As Watson goes 2 for 2.
Watson makes the second.
Fulcher. Got it over to Mason. Finds its way back to Fulcher. Dangerous play, but he keeps it alive to Harvey. It's Jordan Mason with it. Goes back over to Harvey. Back to Jordan Mason. Fires a 3. No good. Rebound there by Watson. No foul called, and does a good job just to get a pass off there.
Great defensive play by Harvey from behind.
Yeah, unable to capitalize, as you mentioned, because of the great play by Harvey. Wing couldn't quite handle the pass, so they'll have to find a new path to the rim here. Fulcher turns, shoots, would not go, and then Wing couldn't corral the rebound. Brought in by Devontae Watson.
That ended up in no points for Johnson County, but 2 great plays by Harvey. One on a no-look pass to get him a wide-open 3, and the other one on the other side with the steal.
Tavion Cruz, kind of a little bit of indecision there as to what he wanted to do, but ultimately decided to just watch that air ball go out of play. Works in his favor, and Johnson County will take over. Harvey over to Fulcher. Down low to Cruz. And Cruz couldn't capitalize on it.
It's a rare miss by Cruz that close to the paint. He's made his bread and butter down low right there on that shot.
Something of a specialist in that area here for Johnson County, and as you mentioned, you don't see that too often. An attempted screen there for Metropolitan didn't really pan out. Johnson County defended it well, and then ball ends up out of play last off the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Pierre Smith was also trying to argue for some type of foul, but I'd agree with him there. There was a little bit of contact, but referee's got a lot closer look at it than I do up here.
And now Watson with it. Gets it to King. King sends it outside. And Killian could not get the shot off in time. So it's Johnson County ball. That's the 2nd shot clock violation against the Wolves here in this first half. That Cavalier defense is something truly special. Here's Harvey. Gave it quickly to Mason, back to Harvey, back to Mason. Harvey will shoot a 3, and he drills it. Right to the rim goes Watson, and he's fouled. So Devontae Watson, another trip to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2.
His first, third team foul.
Well, you're happy on the other side, though, if you're Coach Chappell with his team. Just 3 of 19 the last time they played against Metropolitan just a couple of weeks ago this season. And then now you're ready. You've got 4 threes that have fallen in this game, and we're very happy to see him falling from behind the arc.
Watson makes the first of his free throws. And yeah, you can definitely tell it was a point of emphasis just with the sheer volume of threes we've seen already early on and the precision of it as well. You'd imagine that was stressed in practice this week, just from the visual side as a spectator of what we're watching here. Mason gives this one to Cruz, out to Harvey. Harvey faked the shot. He drives. Oh, what a pass to Aiden Wing, and turns it into points.
And it's his eyes. It's Gavin Harvey's eyes that are making that misdirection.
Smith's three-pointer comes up short. Gavin Harvey, nice move. Oh, right to the rim, and again, a last-second pass out to Cruz. Tavion Cruz is 3 for 3 from beyond 3.
But it's the misdirection from Harvey that makes that play happen. His eyes look at it different ways. It's almost called like what you say with snake eyes, and makes that play happen by having that open man. That time it ended up being Cruz from beyond the arc, and right now he's 3 for 3, blistering hot.
Foul called here against the Cavaliers. So that's going to send Metropolitan to the line again. Tavion Cruz, the guilty party, as we'll step aside for a media timeout. You're watching Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Back in out of the media timeout. Just about set for some free throws. Nice crowd out here on a, well, I was going to say a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Kansas City, but, you know, 14 degrees and blistering winds out there.
Yeah,
so
I'm not going to call that pretty there, Aaron.
I'm sure somewhere out there Frosty the Snowman is having himself a wonderful time, but I'm personally not really in that group. As Killian goes 2 for 2 from the line. Harvey with it. Down low to Wing, another great pass, and then Wing sends it outside to Mason. Now Fulcher a drive. Fulcher, what a pair of moves to get that thing right to the rim.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was going to kick that out to an open Gavin Harvey for another chance at a 3, but Fulcher trusted his ball movement in his hands to get through a couple of defenders, and why not? I mean, we could finish like that.
Here's Smith, goes down low. 3 Cavaliers in the area, and they got the ball out. It's still loose. And here comes Harvey back the other way. Drops it off for Wing. Wing will shoot a 3. Not going to go. Loose ball corralled by Mason. Sorry, no. That one's brought in there by big number 13, Bryce Walker.
And a hard foul from Watson as well from the Wolves, but great rebound as well. And again, it's Gavin Harvey. You see that behind the back pass that he had again. Put that open three down, not being able to hit it with his wing, but Gavin Harvey seems like he should have like 9 or 10 assists in this game, and he probably has maybe 4 or 5 assists, but doing a really good job of facilitating.
Pass that time came in a little hot to Harvey, able to handle it and then get it to Joey Robinson. Single digits on the shot clock. Outside to Fulcher. He's got 2 to shoot. They're going to have to hurry to get this off. They do, and they just did, and then Robinson corralled the second chance opportunity, turned it into 2 points.
You see when they're right at that shot clock too, right when they're getting down to the last moves, the ball movement is beautiful. No, is that going to be a foul?
Foul call on the Cavaliers, number 1.
It's going to go against Joey Robinson, yeah.
Way off ball.
Substitution for the Wolves, number 31.
We'll get a quick substitution here for Metropolitan. Ramos out, Simpson is in. And they get it up top to Watson. Oh, what a pass. Looked like a shot that was offline, but it just found its way right to Pierre Smith.
Yeah, that's the one where if you're doing the stats for Metropolitan, you're probably putting that one down as assist. But if you're doing it for Johnson County, a missed shot and a rebound.
And then Bryce Walker just weaved his way through a pack of Wolves down there in order to get right to the basket, and 2 more on the board for Johnson County. Nice drive.
Oh.
And a great defensive play by Walker. You heard foul shouted over from the Metropolitan bench. No call, though.
I'm not going to lie. I heard the basketball from here. I think that one was all ball. I like the official call of let that play out.
It's very rare that a human hand makes that kind of noise. So I think that was a pretty solid call from our officiating crew down there. And as we're talking, another basket there for the Cavaliers. They have been fantastic offensively here tonight. Nothing particularly new, though. And the 6th foul called against the Cavs here in the first half. Watson with it. And a travel going to be called there. 1 too many steps, and Johnson County will get it off the turnover. And Gavin Harvey will be the point man. Directs some traffic. Guarded here, Pierre Smith. And he dumps it off Trey Fulcher. Now Joey Robinson, he'll try to drive. Looking to pass it. Wide open is Fulcher. He'll shoot a 3. He drills it. Man, Johnson County has been money from distance here tonight.
Yeah, you talked about how, maybe a double dip of national championships, how good the women's team's looking, how good the men's is. The one thing that hurt the men's over in 2023 when they were both ranked number 1 at one point in that season was how good they can shoot from 3. When they went really cold, especially one game versus KCC one that year, it really hurt them. And if they can hit the 3 ball like they are consistently tonight, that is something that is hugely to their advantage, especially with Tavion Cruz down low.
The only player that has been trying the 3s with consistency is a nice bucket there from Metropolitan has been Joey Robinson. He's still without a make from beyond the arc to this point, and he was one of the better 3-point shooters on the team last year. They go down low here to Walker. Walker trying to fight his way through the entire Metropolitan defense, it seemed like. Ultimately ends up drawing a foul. We'll step aside for another media timeout. Johnson County pulling away here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Back in out of the media timeout. Bryce Walker at the free throw line. And he hits the first.
Marcus Harvey took a second. The coach from Metropolitan took a second to talk to the official during that timeout as well, asking him about if that was a travel or not on this last one. That's been 2 or 3 times where Harvey thought that Johnson County should have been charged with a travel call and a turnover rather than getting fouled down low, moving the feet.
Shot for 3. Off the back of the rim. That thing ricochets all the way out to the Johnson County bench. Last touched by the Cavaliers, though, and that's going to help out Metropolitan. They'll keep the possession. And Smith sends it in. Turning, fires, won't go. Rebound collected by the Wolves as Raheem Tyus gets the basket and the foul. A chance at the end one.
Cavaliers number 13, Bryce Walker, his second, 7th team foul.
Not the first time that a rebound is been boarded by the Wolves on the offensive side when there's been more Johnson County jerseys around. And I made Chappell take a long walk from one side of his bench to the other after watching that. Now not going to be a three-point play, but a basket and a foul call on the other side.
So just one down low to Fulcher. Fulcher out to Walker. Walker turns, fires, won't go. Rebound Wing. Wing's shot right through. Nice move by Watson. Opens himself up for the 3.
Watson.
Aiden Wing was looking for Robinson. That was poked out of his hand and out of play.
Cavaliers, number 4, Aziz Shine.
Spins, sends it into the far corner, finds its way back to Fulcher. Still continue to cycle it around the arc. Harvey out to Fulcher. Fake the 3, pulls up, takes the shot. That one's short. Wing, another rebound. And he's fouled going up.
Foul call on the Wolves, number 22, Blake Killian, his 3rd, 8th team foul.
Well, it's 8 fouls against Metropolitan, the 3rd as well for that man right there. And got to watch the foul trouble as well entering that second half. Still lots of game to play.
As Wing hits the first and the second. And with some relative ease. 49-24 now your score. Watson with it. Right to the rim. Spun out. Oh, and that one hit a couple of shoes, and Harvey comes away with it. And an easy bucket for Gavin Harvey. Simpson trying to get himself open, passes this one off to Devontae Watson. Shot from Smith, drilled it. As Harvey now gets around Smith, gets it out to Robinson, now to Fulcher. Outside Harvey's open. He'll drive, puts up a shot, and hits it. And they're just not missing any of these opportunities tonight.
This team shoots 52%, very efficient with all their possessions that they have, and Gavin Harvey, one of the more efficient players on this team.
And there, Nasir Simpson able to drill that one. Metropolitan not necessarily playing bad defense here tonight. It's just Johnson County seems incapable of missing. And Robinson drives, shoots, blocked, but able to corral his own rebound, and Fulcher goes right to the rim and drops it in. Shot clock turned off. Devontae Watson with it. He'll slow things down, play for the final shot. Pulls up, takes a three. Tipped, corralled by Robinson. Near side Fulcher. And just lays it in as the final seconds tick off. And Johnson County will head to halftime with a 29-point lead over Metropolitan. What a half for the Cavaliers. We'll step aside. Halftime coming at you after the break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. back in here, just about ready for the start of the second half as we have halftime here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Attic I-35, I-435 Self-Storage. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic offers monitored 24/7 access with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. One-sided first half there between the Cavaliers and the Wolves, a 29-point Johnson County lead, and a majority of that is because they've been able to move the ball around, and pretty much everyone that's attempted a three-point shot today has been able to really put them through that hoop. They have been phenomenal from distance. After you mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, struggling in their first matchup against Metropolitan, they have come to shoot the long ball here today.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that, or I mentioned that 6 of 12. They were just 3 of 19 in that game back on November 25th against Metropolitan at Metropolitan, and now you come back shooting 6 of 12. Big help from Tavian Cruz, shooting 3 of 3 so far today. Gavin Harvey's knocked down a couple as well, but that was one of the big things of Johnson County men's basketball that has been around for the last few years. Can they consistently shoot the three ball? Because when they can, there's not going to be very many teams in this country that can beat Johnson County, let alone near Johnson County like Metropolitan is. So, I mean, when they can shoot the three ball as high as 50%, when you're shooting as well over 50% on the game, there's just not many teams that are going to lose shooting that well. And Johnson County, as good of a team they are, top 3 in the country in NJCAA Division II, it's not going to be a good showing for Metropolitan if you're going to let them hit 6 of 12 from three-pointer, as well as getting 28 to 8 and 12 points in the paint. That was more expected, but you had to limit the three ball coming in here if you were the Wolves today, and you have done the opposite of that. And
not only that, but the rebound opportunities, Johnson County winning the rebound battle right now 20-14. They're really dominating at every facet of the game down there. It's been an impressive show to watch, and we'll see if we'll get more of the same here in the second half, or if Metropolitan has a surge in them, as we're just about ready for the start of second half action here on Johnson County Sports Live. 4 different Cavaliers were in double digits as far as points scored there in the first half, and a couple more guys flirting with it. And we'll see what Johnson County has in store for us here as the second half of action is underway. As the Cavaliers looking to get to 13-0 on the season. Cruz sends it out to wing. Down low, Joey Robinson. You're not going to get much more open than that.
I think the one thing that the Wolves are going to try to do in this half is limit that three ball. I think you're going to find a lot more open looks in the paint. I think Cruz is going to be a big candidate for a huge half as far as he plays and how many minutes he plays for this team. But, ooh.
Devontae Watson from downtown. That was a beautiful three ball from him.
Well, if Watson could just do that every time, I mean, you have a really good offense. But
so he's got really all 3 of their three-pointers thus far tonight. Cruz, I actually thought he had left his feet. I clearly wasn't looking at the feet there.
Yeah, I don't know, Aaron. I think that one might have been a trouble. That one, Harvey might have had a case over on the side for Metropolitan on that one. I think Cruz might have gotten away with moving his feet there.
Certainly looked like it, but perhaps we'll have to check the slow-mo replay afterwards or something. But a foul going to be called here, and that's going to send Killian to the line.
Well, I was talking about, I think the Wolves are going to really try to limit the three balls that are being shot up by Johnson County. Obviously, we were talking about it all day long. That's where 18 points of their points in the first half came from, and I think that's going to lead to a lot more open looks in the paint. And the other thing that really hurt that team in the first half was the turnovers. 10-1 in total turnovers, 17 points off turnovers for Johnson County in that first half. You got to take care of the basketball against a really smothering defense like Johnson County.
Drilling the second one there did Killian. And now Johnson County brings it back up court quickly to wing. Over to Cruz, kept it alive, back to wing, and now they might slow it down a bit.
A couple of really dangerous passes there.
Johnson County has had some courage with their passing game here tonight. We'll say that. And Aiden Wing able to send that one through. The Cavaliers do not play afraid. That is one thing we know for certain watching them here tonight, as that shot no good. Joey Robinson comes down with it. They get it to Cruz. Cruz just lays it in. Carved through that Metropolitan defense with ease, and we'll get a timeout. 18-17 to go. It's 65-32. Johnson County is rolling here on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the break. Metropolitan ball out of the timeout. What kind of strategy do you call up in your timeout to try to erase a 33-point deficit?
Not that. That's not what you're doing.
Oh, and he couldn't quite connect on the dunk. We got a whistle beforehand anyway, but
A travel call? Yeah, Chapel's going to give him an earful on that one for a little bit. He's saying, if you're going to go for the flashy pay, you better be able to finish it. That's any basketball coach.
And what a play by Smith the other way.
That's been a few times now he's just kind of hung with his own body and delivered a really tough-looking shot. Held with it at the smallest player on the court right now.
Here's Aiden Wing. Oh, my goodness, and couldn't quite get the finish. Pierre Smith with it. Drops it down low and right in. Killian finishes the deal. So here comes Harvey. Over to Robinson. So they'll continue to cycle it around. Aiden Wing. Wide open is Fulcher. Gets it to Wing. Wing got it, and the foul. Aiden Wing will go to the line with an and one opportunity.
Foul called on the Wolves, number 23, Raheem Tyus. His second, first team foul.
And Wing drills it. Devontae Watson gives it off. Pierre Smith sends it outside. Down low, looking for Smith. And Smith couldn't quite connect.
That might have been his easiest shot of the entire game and one of the only ones he's missed.
Left his feet there trying to guard Fulcher. Finds its way back out to Trey Fulcher. Oh, Harvey wide open. He'll shoot a deep three. Off the rim, no good. So Devontae Watson sends that one outside for King. And a travel called. Down low. Oh, blocked. What a play, Devontae Watson. And now he's bringing it back the other way. Watson, coast to coast, draws the foul.
And Cruz is going to try to argue that one, but yeah, that one's a little bit too hard a contact by Cruz. Didn't have his arms fully extended all the way up, and that's what's going to end up calling that foul. But
and Watson not going to connect on the first.
Substitution for the Cavaliers, number 13, Walker, and number 10, Mason.
Will hit the second, however, so comes away with one. And now Johnson County will work it up court with some speed. It's Jordan Mason. Back to Joey Robinson. Lost it. Devontae Watson the other way. Lost the handle on it. It's poked out of play. Last touched by the Wolves, and the Cavaliers will get it right back.
yeah, Pierre Smith saying, I don't know why you didn't give it off to me. I was right here. We had the 2-on-1. Just take the extra pass and get the easy 2 points. But instead, Watson tried to do it the hard way and take it himself on the 1-on-1, and that's what the result is, an empty possession.
And so we'll step aside for immediate timeout. Johnson County ahead by 31. Back out of the media timeout, Johnson County with the ball and with a 31-point lead. Out to Robinson. They're pressuring, full court pressure here from the Wolves. And then down low, Aiden Wing wide open. And sometimes that's just kind of the risks you have to take when you're down by such a substantial margin.
Yeah, they did a good job on the full court press, but that's just going to leave a man open, as you're saying, Aaron. And, I mean, that's just the result. Really good passing, really good recognition by Johnson County, but an even better job from Robinson to get out of that double team.
Shot going to take a couple of trips around the rim, but not go through, and a foul called.
Foul called on the Wolves, number 32, Shondale King, his second.
Goes against King. More of that press coming from Metropolitan, and finally Jordan Mason able to carry it up court. And then a brief wrestling match will take place. 2 points for the takedown for Shondale King, and then we'll get an inbound.
That's 2 times in a row where King's kind of been just too physical. I mean, 2 like really fouls that just are useless fouls. One on the other side when obviously the rebound's already been gotten, and then that one right there. And King's gone from 1 foul to 3 fouls quickly with still 15 minutes left to go.
That one ends up out of play. It'll stay with the Cavaliers. It'll be Joey Robinson to inbound. First, we'll get a quick substitution here. Simpson in, and King out. To Wing. Robinson couldn't finish. Rebound collected there by Tyus. Devontae Watson working in on Mason. Excellent shot, but not going to count. Foul was on the floor.
His first, third team foul. Substitution for the Cavaliers, number 12, Max Johnson.
Gets it down low to Smith, and he's fouled.
Foul
Lots of whistles so far in this half.
His first, fourth team foul.
This will be Devontae Watson for the inbound. They get the ball back to him. Another foul called, and he hit the floor hard. Able to get back to his feet.
Foul called on the Cavaliers, number 13, Bryce Walker, his third, fifth team foul.
Man, it's already 5 team fouls now on Johnson County in this half. I mean, you got yourself a massive lead here of over 30, but don't want to be in that big of a foul trouble, and that's number 6. I mean,
that was quick. Johnson County, they're averaging a foul a minute.
Foul called on the Cavaliers, number 12, Max Johnson.
And so that's going to send Devontae Watson to the line.
and if I'm not, well, that one was on Max Johnson, so 1 on 12, 1 on 13. I thought it might be on the same person, but.
He remains perfect from the free throw line. And Watson 6 for 6.
Watson makes the second.
Over to wing. Now to Harvey. Mason right to the rim, puts it through. And here comes Pierre Smith now. Working on Jordan Mason. Stops, gives it back, shot for 3, and he airballed it.
Foul called on the Wolves, number 2, Pierre Smith, his first, fourth team foul.
Both teams going to be in foul trouble here soon.
Gets this one to Max Johnson. Shot for 3. No good. Rebound collected there by Simpson. Devontae Watson steps back, shoots a 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Pierre Smith gets the rebound. That one not gonna go. Still loose. Smith again. Again it will not go. And Max Johnson comes down. Sorry, no. Got one number off. That was Bryce Walker that comes down with the rebound.
How about the smallest guy on the court, though, getting 2 offensive rebounds, at least chucking up a couple of shots. Not sure how the second one didn't fall.
And Harvey
Man,
fouled.
ooh, I don't know if I agree with that call.
There's going to come a certain point where we just stop bringing up the height of Pierre Smith at this point. He plays like he's 6'6".
Exactly.
Watson, his second, fifth team foul.
Harvey hits the first.
Substitution for the Wolves, number 15, Micah Taylor, and for the Cavaliers, number 4, Aziz Shine.
And Harvey 2 for 2.
Harvey makes the second. Substitution for the Cavaliers, number 3, Trey Fulcher.
Gives it off to Smith. Taylor spins, dumps it. Smith for 3. Oh, what a shot, Pierre Smith. Oh, and Smith with a steal. He took it away from Fulcher.
Just lazy with the ball there.
Oh, and then almost a great play by Taylor to get the takeaway. It ultimately ends up back in the hands of the Wolves, and then finishing that one off was Raheem Tyus.
Well, he got it back to a 30-point game, just a 1-point advantage in this second half for Johnson County, but that was just Fulcher being a little bit too careless with the ball that time, crossing half court.
Out to Fulcher. Max Johnson wide open, so why not shoot a three? That one no good. And the rebound collected by Watson. Shot, Taylor, won't go, but does draw the foul. We'll step aside for a media timeout here. It's a 30-point Johnson County lead here on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the break, Micah Taylor set to shoot his free throws. Oh, and the peanut gallery got to him on the first one. And on the second, an 0 for 2 trip for Taylor. Get this one down low. Now back out to Fulcher, sends it over to Max Johnson. Weaving his way. Oh, and what a denial! Johnson County able to get the rebound back, and now we've got a foul away from the play. That was a spectacular defensive play by Raheem Tyus, though.
Looked like he was playing a racquetball on that one. I mean, that was up 10 feet off of the backboard. That was an angry block right there.
That looked like when I was in high school and my 6-year-old brother decided to come out and play basketball with us, and my dad swatted him full force. Unfortunate there for Johnson County, but that's about what Tyus was doing on that swat. That looked like dad on 6-year-old son. And now Pierre Smith with it. Gives it to Devontae Watson, draws the foul.
Foul called on the Cavaliers, number 4, Aziz Jain, his first, 8th team foul.
You've never seen a more shocked 6-year-old, by the way, in all of our years. As my high school buddies and I all kind of just looked around. That ball, I believe, went, so the hoop was in our driveway in the front of the house. The ball ended up going over the top of the house, bouncing twice through our backyard, and then into the golf course that was behind our yard. My brother just kind of stared up at the thing like,
Devontae Watson makes the second.
Bet he told you to go get it afterwards too as well.
yeah, that was apparently my job after, oh, Pierre Smith, great work, but couldn't quite get the finish. And now Trey Fulcher's got it. Johnson County bringing it back up court. Nice work getting that one to Aziz Yane, who finished it off with 2 points, and he gets himself into the stat sheet tonight. And Watson gives to Smith. Watson, shot off the rim, no good. Max Johnson the rebound and gives it over to Harvey. Harvey kicks it outside Fulcher. Decides to slow things down a bit, now gives it back over to Harvey. Harvey pulls up, shoots a three, off the rim, no good. And Devontae Watson goes up with the one hand and gets the rebound. Gives it back to Watson. He'll shoot a three. Off the rim, no good. Cruz the rebound. Oh, Harvey with a good move, gets to the rim and gets the bucket.
Man, Gavin Harvey is a really good point guard. I was telling you at the break, he kind of reminds me a little bit of my time at the University of Kansas with DeJuan Harris. I mean, the guy just no-look passes, a very, very strong facilitator, and then when he wants to take it to the basket, he has very strong ability to do so.
Taylor couldn't quite get that basket to go, but gets his own rebound, and the second chance will go through.
You tell that Gavin Harvey's studied with his team as well, and he knows where everybody's supposed to be. He knows his teammates so well, and it makes him an even better point guard than he already was.
Oh, Fulcher tried that one, sprawled all the way out, and now wide open the other way is Smith, and he's fouled.
Nice extra move by Smith as well, because Max Johnson was creeping down his neck, ready to block that one straight off the backboard, LeBron James style, and that extra little move that he took to get there and ended up drawing that contact, shooting for two.
First one, no good.
Substitution for the Wolves, number 5, Ivan Ramos. And for the Cavaliers, number 1, Joey Robinson. And number 5, Aiden Wing.
Off the rim, no good. Cruz the rebound. Gets it to Robinson. Over to Max Johnson. Now we'll slow the pace just a tad. As it's Cruz in the far corner. Harvey open, fakes the shot, and he's fouled.
Knew exactly where he was going to it as well. Joey Robinson even smiling on the no-look pass over the head for Gavin Harvey, and forces out another media timeout.
Yeah, we'll head to the media timeout. 30-point lead still for the Cavaliers here on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the media timeout, just about ready for some free throws coming. This will be Jordan Mason to the line. Well, they're set up like they're going to shoot some free throws, but I believe Gavin Harvey's going to send this one in on an inbound. That was actually only the 6th foul against the Wolves. There's been so many Johnson County fouls to this point, I think I just started crediting some of them to both teams. Into Mason, over to Robinson. He'll keep the movement going. Harvey sends it out. Joey Robinson again. Finds its way back to Harvey. Shot clock at 3. All the way outside. Shot for 3. Won't go. Robinson keeps it alive, but there were only blue jerseys in the area. And now the Wolves work it back up court. Shot won't go. Rebound Cruz. Aiden Wing outside. Joey Robinson's wide open. The shot, though, not going to hit. And the Wolves get it back. Watson lost it. Aiden Wing.
Oh.
Back to Aiden Wing off the no-looker for, and maybe an ill-advised last pass there out of Jordan Mason. No points, though, for the Wolves back the other way. Going back, though, to that defensive play made by Johnson County. It was a great work to get it away from Devontae Watson as Cruz runs that one right to the net. Probably should have turned into points for Johnson County.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Jordan Mason thought that he had to pass that ball off because he had the basket directly in front of him. He just tried to take the extra pass, and there was a defender right in front of the other Johnson County player. He was wide open. He could have easily taken that for 2, but
have to imagine that's one of those where you kind of predetermine your move to try to get out ahead of it and just guessed wrong in that instance. Now to Robinson up top looking for Cruz. Cruz keeps it alive but couldn't get a basket and unfortunately kept it alive right to Micah Taylor. Smith couldn't get it. But then Wing batted it right to a Wolf, and Ivan Ramos able to put that one through. And Ramos gets him up to 50 points, and we are back to a 30-point game. We sure find ourselves at this exact lead a lot. Aiden Wing. Denied! Devontae Watson. And now Harvey. Fouled and the basket.
I'm not going to lie, Metropolitan is not leading in very many stats tonight, but blocks more than likely are one of them that they are probably leading, if I had to take a guess here, Aaron. There's been 5 or 6 really good blocks on the Wolves side of things.
It's almost half of Johnson County's misses. As Gavin Harvey will shoot 2. Sorry, Gavin Harvey will shoot 1. And he missed. One of the few free throw misses for the Cavaliers tonight. Bringing it the other way. Lost his footing, but somehow, some way, the ball just found its way over to Blake Killian, and he puts it through for 2. A timeout taken. We'll step aside. 82-52, Johnson County in the lead over Metropolitan on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the break, 82-52, Cavaliers rolling here on Johnson County Sports Live.
And just to show you how impressive it is, I mentioned this was a 6-point game last time these two teams played. Probably one of the worst Johnson County games on the year if you're going to grasp at straws. They haven't had very many bad games this year, 12-0 team. And But, I mean, they're beating the same team by 30, and they've been very efficient on all phases of the ball tonight. Defense, three-point shooting, in the paint, whatever you want to say, rebounding. They've done it all here tonight on their home court.
Just unable to connect on that one in particular, but Metropolitan gets it back. Devontae Watson sends it near corner. Oh, denied by Aiden Wing. Unfortunately, though, just ran out of court. So it'll stay with Metropolitan for the inbound.
Substitution for the Cavaliers, number 13, Bryce Walker.
And you see them really kind of using a lot of players in this game as they have all season. I mentioned there's been a lot of players with a good amount of minutes on this team trying to build those freshmen up after you have 4 of your top 5 minute players being sophomores. But using his freshmen a lot tonight.
Now Johnson County. Harvey to Wing. Denied, but they're going to say a foul.
Foul called on the Wolves, number 22.
So that'll send Aiden Wing to the free throw line.
8th team foul.
Well, all those fouls that were called at Johnson County at the beginning, they're they got 9 fouls now, but I mean, it's in the double bonus, but really you thought Johnson County was going to have a lot more fouls than after having 6 in the first, 6 minutes of the game? Or 6 minutes of the half, excuse me.
And he drills both of his free throws. Yeah, it was certainly off to a rocky start for Johnson County this half, as you mentioned. 6 fouls the first 6 minutes. Whistle pretty much around every single corner. And now Devontae Watson able to draw a foul.
And there's your double-digit foul right there.
Foul called on the Cavaliers, number 10, Jordan Mason, his second, 10th team foul.
And Watson will hit the first.
Watson makes the first.
Second one not going to go through. And he makes good on 2 out of 3. Harvey got that one. Eventually it finds its way over to Joey Robinson. Quick pit stop at Jordan Mason along the way, and now Robinson with it, trying to make a move. Finds a lane, passes this one off, and slammed home. Bryce Walker finishes it off, and it's 86 on the board for the Cavaliers. Here's Watson with it. Deflected there by Walker, right back to Watson, who gets it to Killian. And Micah Taylor with a nice move to get right to the rim. Here's Harvey. Oh, and I think he was trying to get that one to Aiden Wing, and Wing just ran into a defender.
He's trying to argue that he stepped in front of him, but I really think that Wing kind of just ran into his own defender there that time for the Wolves, and empty possession. But last media timeout.
We'll go to the final media timeout. 86-56, still a 30-point Cavaliers lead here on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in out of the media timeout. Final 3 minutes. At some point that'll start ticking, and there it goes. As the Cavaliers looking to get to a 13-0 start to this season. Just a phenomenal year for Cavalier basketball across both teams.
Yeah, it reminds me of right back, I mentioned it one other time, that 2023-2024 season where at one time both of those teams were ranked #1 in the country for Johnson County, both men's and women's basketball that season. Obviously, the women's ended up falling short to Kirkwood in the title. I think the men's that season lost in the quarterfinals. But, I mean, these two teams are, I've seen both the women's and men's a couple of times now here at Johnson County, and I could definitely say that these are title contending teams, and they will definitely push their way far into the tournament, barring anything crazy happening, and more fouls being called. 18 total fouls in this second half. I've seen 24 fouls in a quarter. Is it 19? I lost count.
I don't think they update after 10. They just let it sit at 10.
Substitution for the Wolves, number 11.
Most fouls I've ever seen was in a second quarter of a women's basketball game. There's 24 fouls in the second quarter.
A bit excessive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
Calm down, everybody.
Yeah.
Joey Robinson for the inbound. Gets it into Rivers Peters. Turnover. Coming back the other way is King. Gets it to Killian. Killian working in on Peters. Won't go. And then a great rebound there. That was Bryce Walker coming down with it, and Joey Robinson almost lost the handle. Now he's going to have to pass. Gets it to Peters. Harvey. That time, the behind-the-head pass ended up biting him a little bit and then going back the other way for the bucket. That was Ivan Ramos.
Now, even Gavin Harvey has times where he's even too fancy with it, tried to do too much there. The defense rut him out, and that's what happens.
And what a play then by Aziz Yane. As a timeout will be taken, 1:19 left to go. 88-60, the Cavaliers are rolling here on Johnson County Sports Live. As we'll stay right here. Get some substitutions on each end.
Number 12, Max Johnson.
Get it into Ramos. Shot. Off the rim, no good. Shot for three, not gonna go, and it ends up out of play. Well, on a positive note, with 33 seconds left to go, it was technically a second half victory for Metropolitan if they can keep the present score as is.
I mean, you can look at that and say, as a coach, you know, we played terrible in the first half. That's what cost us this game. And, you know, we came out here against a really good Johnson County team and played very well in this second half, and that's going to do it just like that.
Yeah, that should put the icing on that second half victory. As the Cavaliers will now work it up court, and they will let the final seconds tick off the clock. Johnson County is 13-0 here in the 2025-26 season. And what a game across the board by these Cavaliers. Tavian Cruz had a dominant first half. They kind of went a few other ways here in the second half of action, but Cavaliers come away with an 88-63 victory over the Metropolitan Wolves, as they will head into the new year undefeated. They'll be back in action come January, just after New Year's celebrating and the winter break here for these Johnson County students. Looking like it's going to be a fairly tremendous 2026 for the Johnson County basketball programs. The men come away 13-0. The women will head into the new year undefeated as well. And we thank you all for joining us here this evening as the Cavaliers win it by 25 here on Johnson County Sports Live. For Caden Carbajo on camera and for Dylan Vanderveen on color commentary, I've been Aaron Feely, and we'll see you guys in 2026.